minute I get a notification. It's a Jake or a Jake woman talking this, man. You're a false prophet. You need to watch this person. Okay, but we're gonna inherit glory. All right, we're gonna get the love of the congregation. All these Israelites that are coming against us right now, they're gonna revere the men of the Lord, man. All right, because we gonna have the reverence from Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. Because when you read 2nd Ezra, he said, "What men are they? I began to commend them because they stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord." All right, so Ezra in the spirit was commending us, man. Which really Ezra was in there. All right, because Ezra was back on the earth. All the prophets are reincarnated. Right? Did y'all say something?
I'm going to that word commend. It literally means to praise, man. So he was praising.
Right.
You know, worship.
Yeah.
And that's what's going to happen in the kingdom to the elect. The elect going to worship.
That's really what worship means when you go into it. It means worthy of praise. Okay? So there's different levels of worship. The ultimate worship goes to Yahweh and then his son Yahweh Shai. Right? Yet you also praise great men, like it says in Surah the 44th chapter. Go ahead, brother.
Revelations 14 and 3. And they sung as it were a new song before
at the top.
At the top.
Yeah.
Revelations 14 and 1. And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount Sion, and with him 144,000, having his father's name written in their foreheads.
Right, having the father's name, when you look it up, it's the father and the son's name. Yahweh wa Yahweh Shai. Okay.
And I heard a voice from heaven, as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of a great thunder. And I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps.
Right.
And they sung as it were a new song before the throne.
Right, the new song. This is the new song. But really, it's the old song. Okay, but what is it? It's renewed. Alright, I believe the word there is kainos. If you look up the word kainos, it means renewed. Just like the name of the Heavenly Father. It's renewed. It's new to so many. Why? Because in this generation you didn't know about it. But now it's a new thing. This is a new song. Alright, the pure doctrine. The understanding has been brought back. Like it says, stir up your pure mind by way of remembrance. Okay? That's what's happening. That's only happening for the elect. That's why it says the Lamb with the 144,000. That's it. Okay? It's going to go on to explain it. But get St. John, the 1st chapter, real quick, to explain what the Lamb is.
St. John 1:29. The next day John seeth Yahweh Shai coming unto him, and said, Behold, the Lamb of the Most High, which taketh away the sin of the world.
Right, the Lamb of the Most High. So that Lamb is Yahweh Shai with the 144,000 who are what? Israelites. Okay, the 144,000, it ain't like, all right, it's 2,000 Israelites, then you got 7,000 Moabites over here. No, the 144,000 are all Israelites. They tell you that in Revelation the 7th chapter. Okay, go. That's good. Go ahead.
Revelations 14 and 3. And they sung as it were a new song before the throne and before the 4 beasts and the elders. And no man could learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth.
That's right, so only the 144,000. Everybody else is blank. I'll give me that Romans 11 chapter. Yeah. You got it? Oh, okay. This is spirit. Yeah, bring that out. Because that's one thing that you realize. This is all about the elect. That's why you see Jake out here bugged out. You don't get messed up in the mind because you understand that that's just the way that the Lord set it up at this particular moment in time. He doesn't want the majority of Israel to get it. You got a lot of people, they come on the comment boards and they surely won't get the message. They'll ask all types of questions and it's really not their fault. There's an actual angel that's blinded them pertaining to Isaiah the 6th chapter. You'll see him in the kingdom. All right, your parents, all right, the cousin that you like, you grew up with, you'll see him in the kingdom. He's just got to die first. And then come back. See, that's the thing. Our people, they have a problem with emotions. All right, we bring out the word. They think that we're just, we're mean-spirited, we're malicious. No, we just understand what the scriptures say. We understand what the prophecy is. All right, you gotta take the emotions out of it. All right, because
this world is pussyfied.
Yeah.
They act just like women. You know, you can't talk to somebody straight. It's got so bad to the point where you talk to somebody regular, you just using a stern tone. They'll tell you, why are you being angry? I'm just talking to you normally, man. You know, that's how pussified this society has become, man.
Right. Right, all under the watch of the so-called white man. The devil the Bible speaks of. Okay.
Romans 11:7. What then? Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for?
Right, Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for. Which Israel seeking for? The truth. Okay, that's why the people on this side, they're always in churches, mosques. Okay, they're always on YouTube looking up some extracurricular stuff. think we actually descend from stars, from star people. All right, because our people, flat Earth. Yeah, because our people want to know what the truth is. All right, you gonna say something? Oh, the flat Earth. Yeah. And then Jacob make that into a doctrine. You knowing about the flat Earth, that's gonna change your condition here on Earth. All right, you still gotta go to work the next day. You still gotta drive Lyft or Uber. You still gotta go to T-Mobile. It's not gonna, just because the Earth is flat or not, that's not gonna change. It's not gonna sure as hell ain't gonna stop these missiles from coming. All right, these missiles are coming whether the Earth is flat or not. Nothing to do with salvation. Nothing to do with salvation or your day-to-day life. It's not going to change your hellish condition underneath the damn devil. Okay, but go ahead, brother.
But the election have obtained it,
right?
And the rest were blinded.
Yeah, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded. That's why when you read Revelation, the 14th chapter, which we just did, it said what? No man can. Yeah, read it one more time.
Revelations 14:3, and they sung as it were a new song before the throne and before the four beasts and the elders.
Yeah, can you give me Matthew's the 11th chapter? Because us preaching His word, it is likened unto us playing a song. Before you finish that, let's get that in Matthew's the 11th chapter. Matthew's 11 and 16. And this is what we're out here to do, man. We're out here to preach the Bible, man. All right, if you don't want to listen to that, then you can just go up the street, man, and wait for judgment to befall you. That's all that's in the world right now. If you're not serving Yahweh and Yahweh Shah, if you don't have the drive and the vision that's written in these scriptures, you don't have the drive to be the best servant of the Heavenly Father, or the vision to see America being destroyed, all right, and the kingdom being established. This isn't for you, man. The only thing that's left for you is death and destruction. All right, go ahead, brother.
Matthew 11 and 16. But whereunto shall I liken this generation? Is it like unto children sitting in the markets and calling unto their fellows and saying, We have piped unto you, and ye have not danced?
Yeah, we have piped unto you, and you have not danced. Us piping, that's just us playing a song. It's already a new song. But they haven't danced. Meaning the majority of Israel, they're not going to the rhythm. They're not moving in the spirit. Yeah. All right. Hey, because music really just evokes spirit in you. That's why you dance. Yep. All right, so we hear this, we play this song. You're supposed to hear it. You're supposed to move. You're supposed to move how we move. What was that song? When I move, you move. Yeah, you think? Yeah, I was thinking that. Yeah, I looked at you. I was like, I know this brother's thinking that too. But that's really what it is. You're supposed to move in accordance with the spirit. You gotta roll. That's why brothers say we're just gonna roll in the spirit. Okay.
Revelation 4.
I'm sorry. Finish it and then we'll go back. No problem. It's a lot.
We have mourned unto you, and ye have not lamented.
Right. All right. Go ahead,
Revelations 14:3, and they sung as it were a new song before the throne and before the four beasts and the elders, and no man could learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth.
Keep going.
These are
and that's plain. Only the elect. It's all about the elect. And that's a main component of this truth, man. Which is negated when you go to all these other Israelite groups. They're always talking about all Israel. You got to gather Israel. If Israel do wake up and they're not of the elect, they're getting woke up just so the Lord can put them in remembrance what they did in their past life and destroy their ass, man. That, just to put them in remembrance, they're the same ones that said, "Let His blood be upon us and our children." And really through the Spirit, that's what's happening. Because you got a lot of Israelites that come in and they're wicked as hell, man. They're more wicked than a nigga on the block, man. Just a regular Jake. And it tells you that in the book of Titus. There are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision. You know, the majority of the comments, negative comments, they be dudes who know that they're Israelites. GMS, child rapists, preach more love. You go to his site, his YouTube page. It's dry, man. It's like the fig tree that our Lord cursed. Go ahead. No edification. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 4, yep. These are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins.
Right, and so somebody will read that and think that if you have sex with a woman, that you can't inherit the kingdom of the Most High. No, it's talking about you keeping this pure doctrine, this pure understanding. All right, not being into other religions. Hey, can you get Wisdom of Solomon 14:12? Not being an idolater, because that makes you a what? A whore, a spiritual whore. Because can you grab Jeremiah 6:2 real quick? before anything, get Jeremiah 62, but hold Revelation. Then we'll go back there.
This is Jeremiah, chapter 6 and 2. It says, I have likened the daughter of Zion to a comely and delicate woman.
Right, so he has likened the daughter of Zion to a comely and delicate woman. So, if we're, give me Jeremiah 3 and 14. Oh, you got it? Yeah, you get that.
Jeremiah 3 and 14. Turn, O backsliding children, saith the Lord, for I am married unto you, and I will take you one of a city and two of a family, and I will bring you to Zion.
Yeah, that's right. So he was married unto her. That's why the scriptures talk about what? The wedding. All right, the bridegroom, the bride, we're the bride, the elect, the Lord who at that number. The bridegroom is talking about who? The Mashiach Yahushua. Right? So because we're married unto the Father through his son. And he's the one, his son is the one who's bringing us back to the Father. Right? He's set up for the remission of sins and the nation of Israel starts with the elect. And he's making us pure by what? By his blood. That's what takes us being born. It makes us pure. It makes us a virgin. Right? By us embodying him, embodying the doctrine. Okay, and not getting caught up in these other doctrines of the world. Which that's a common theme amongst people who come into the fact that they're Israelites. We were talking about this before we came out here. You mix in the doctrine of the world with the truth. And really that's Christianity. Okay, that's Islam. Or you're mixing, you're pretty much distorting scriptures and mixing with something else. That's why we're referred to as virgins. All right, because we're not worshiping the Heavenly Father. We're not back going and worshiping idols. Like go out here like there's one dude in the DC camp. He had his high school graduation gown under his arm, man. We're not doing it. All right, we're worshiping the Heavenly Father only. All right, which makes us what? Faithful. All right, we're faithful to Him. All right, we're not stepping out on it. We're not being adulterous. Get that in Wisdom of Solomon.
Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 12. For the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication.
See, the beginning of spiritual fornication. All right, because fornication is what? Adultery. So spiritual fornication is what? You worshiping another idol. All right, because you're married unto the Heavenly Father. If you're into another idol, guess what you're doing, man? You're cheating on the Most High. All right, you're being an adulteress. Yeah. You're not being exactly an infidel. Right, the Muslim, it really means you're an unbeliever. Yeah, you're not faithful. Hey, can you get Shemai, what you get? One. No. Exodus 20, and then get Psalms 96. Satan try to take your thought. I know, nigga, you're not bringing out that point. The angel fight for you, The angel be with you to bring out the point. Yeah, Exodus 20 and start to go to 3.
Exodus 20 and 3.
Yeah, because this is the 10 Commandments. This is the first commandment. This is the main commandment that our people break, which is why we're in the predicament that we're in. So when you go to the book of Judges, it outlines how we will be worshiping the Heavenly Father, then we will be given unto the idols which were around about us, man, of these other nations. And this is why this is in here, for us not to follow them. Right? Because then that would be our downfall, and then the curses written in Deuteronomy 28th chapter would overtake us, which is what we're experiencing right now, which is what we're at the end of. Go ahead, brother.
Exodus 20 and 3. Thou shalt have no other powers before me.
Yeah, no other gods before me. Meaning you can't have a big ass picture of Buddha or a statue of Buddha and bow down to. Worship the Heavenly Father.
Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above.
Yeah, and that's what our people do, man. Our people made statues to the Queen of Heaven, which that's the main thing that's worshipped right now, the Queen of Heaven, which is the so-called black woman. That's why when you do a video getting on the wickedness of the so-called black woman, like the brother in KC said, the gates of hell open, man. When niggas pop out of sewers, they descend from the left hand of the Most High.
Yeah.
Right?
Captain Save-A-Homes.
Yeah, exactly. But what's crazy is those women, they actually be into us.
Yeah.
They're mad that we call them out for their wickedness. That's really what it is, because then they'll say, well, look, well, you go and got Becky for the good hair, and you don't know what type of woman I deal with. Really, it's a jealousy. They know that we're not into them, right? They know that we're not going to be swayed into worshiping what they want us to worship. You know, because these women, and this ain't nothing new. These women, what they used to do is they used to have sex with you to get you to do what? To worship their idols, man. That was like a main thing, and I was like known amongst women back in the day, in the ancient world, of other nations. The other nations' women. Look what happened to Solomon. In his old age, he was dealing with the women, and then they would introduce their idols. You know, he probably laying down, she whispered in her ear. That's a Moabite guy. I can tell you, Moabite chicks, little Chinese girls. You know, you see a little Chinese girl, she's cute. She got nice legs. Then you older, she whispering, you whisper in the ear. I just come on. She's like, all right, whatever, baby. Because Solomon, he was the boss. He could do whatever he wanted. Yeah. But then what happened? He fell from the favor of the Heavenly Father. All right, dealing with the woman, and then the woman introduced those idols. So that's the main way that you can fall into idolatry, through the woman. Go ahead, brother. Oh, I'm sorry. You go ahead.
Exodus 20:4. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above.
Go ahead.
Or that is in the earth beneath.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're not supposed to worship the stars, the host of heaven, which a lot of our people do that. Y'all worship the sun. I remember. I know y'all remember. She walked by, a little Persian chick. I was training her one day, and she looked at the sun. Oh yeah. And then she said, "Wow, the sun is so beautiful. I understand why people worship it." And she just looked back and like looked at me. I'm like, what you gonna say? That was a demon. Yeah. But you got a lot of our people, they worship that too, just as heathen.
Yeah, and one time I was in the car on the way home, and it was like a beautiful sunset, and the moon was out, and it was a crescent moon, and I seen a stray Ishmaelite just stop and start praying to the damn moon, man. Yeah. Showing you that he's supposedly a Muslim, you know? Right. But he's over there worshiping that damn crescent moon.
He worships Allah, and Muhammad is his messenger. Yep. His last messenger. That's what they say. But yeah, but that's really what they worship. Yeah. Because that's why they have that on all, like the Moroccan flag and all of a majority of those Turkish flag. A lot of those so-called Ishmaelite nations, they have that crescent moon. Because Allah is really the moon god. Right? When you go into it, that nature that book. Babylon and Timbuktu breaks it down how the Ishmaelites, they was worshiping 360 gods, and the main god they worshiped was that cube, that Kaaba stone, that, and they worshiped the moon.
Over there in like these eastern areas, instead of like a red cross, they have a crescent for like ambulance.
Yeah, see, and really, when you get deeper, that moon is supposed to worship what? Represent what?
I believe it's Allah.
Nah, the woman, the woman between the heaven. You see how it all circles back? It all circles back to these women. They're like a woman.
Stone also.
Say it again?
Isn't that why they worship the stone also?
Yeah, that Kaaba stone.
Vagina.
Yeah, it's a vagina. It's woman worship. It all goes hand in hand. So-called paganism, it's really what they call fertility worship. They worship either woman or they worship vegetation. And then they associate the vegetation with what? The woman. Because they like the woman to what? The earth. See, so it all goes hand in hand. The majority of the pagan worship is worshiping vegetation, the sun, the moon, and the woman.
So Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 13, verse 1.
I was going to ask for that.
It says, surely vain are all men by nature who are ignorant of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, and could not, out of the good things that are seen, know him that is, neither by considering the works did they acknowledge the work master.
Yeah, that's right. So people worship the works without the work master. All right, they'll see the sun, the moon. You know, it's gonna expound some more.
Verse 2 says, but deem either fire or wind or the swift air or the circle of the stars or the violent water or the lights of heaven to be the gods which govern the world.
Right. So people will experience the works of the Heavenly Father and think that that's actually what brought them forth. That's actually what you're supposed to worship to please the Heavenly Father. Okay?
Verse 3 says, with whose beauty, if they being delighted, took them to be gods. Let them know how much better the Lord of them is, for the first author of beauty have created them.
That's right. The Heavenly Father created them. So if you worship all of the creations, you should worship the Creator. But these Ishmaelites, these Moabites, these Hamites, Ammonites, it's impossible for them to do that properly because the Lord didn't put it on their spirit. That's why even in the kingdom, we're gonna have to jack them up because they're not programmed to believe in the Heavenly Father. Only we're gonna be programmed to totally follow the ways of the Heavenly Father. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 4 says, but if they were astonished at their power and virtue, let them understand by them how much mightier he is that made them.
That's right, the mighty Yahweh. He's the one who made it. So if you get ruled off of a tornado, off an earthquake, a monsoon, so on and so forth. All right, how bright the sun is, how it looks so close today, or the moon, how it's red. You should acknowledge the person who made it. And it outlines in Genesis the 1st chapter, the 2nd chapter, him making these things. Okay, through his son and the angels. All right, because the Heavenly Father himself, he didn't get off his throne and make anything. All right, he commissioned his son to create all these other spirits, starting with the first fruits, which is the elect. And then everything that you see is made under the orders of Yahweh by Yahweh Shai and the elect. Okay? You got some more, brother?
Verse 5 says, for by the greatness and beauty of the creatures, proportionably the maker of them is seen.
Right, that's right. You see, can you get Colossians, the 1st chapter? Yeah, because you see the Heavenly Father through his creation. That's how you know that he's real. You know him by what you see, by his judgments, okay, and by his beauty, by his works. Colossians 1 and we start at 15. I think the point's in Mike. You can go there. It might be another one. Start there and read down.
It's the book of Colossians chapter 1 verse 15. Who is the image of the invisible power? The firstborn of every creature. For by him were all things created that are in heaven and that are in earth, visible and invisible.
Let's talk about Yahweh Shai. Under the orders of Yahweh. Okay?
Whether they be thrones or dominions or principalities or powers, all things were created by him and for him.
By him and for him, which is why he's going to inherit all things along with whom? The elect. It's in Romans the 8th chapter.
And he is before all things, and by him all things consist.
Yeah, go ahead.
And he is the head of the body, the church, who is the beginning, the firstborn from the dead, that in all things he might have the preeminence.
That's right. The preeminence goes to Yahweh.
It says, for it pleased the Father that in him should all fullness dwell. And having made peace through the blood of his cross, by him to reconcile all things unto himself. By him, I say, whether they be things in earth or things in heaven. And you that were sometime alienated and enemies in your mind by wicked works, yet now hath he reconciled.
Right, that's good.
Real quick, this is Psalms 95 and 3. For the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is a great power and a great king above all powers. In his hand are the deep places of the earth. The strength of the hills is his also. The sea is his and he made it, and his hands formed the dry land. Oh, come, let us worship and bow down. Let us kneel before the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, our maker.
Yeah, that's what you do. You worship Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. Okay. That's what you're put on the earth to do. I'm saying in Ecclesiastes 12 chapter. If you're an Israelite.
Revelations chapter 14 and 4. These are they which will not defile with women.
Right, so now you understand what that's talking about, not defiled with women. That's why the elect are going to have on what? All white. It says what? Blessed is he that keepeth his garments. So you have to be dressed for the occasions. Okay, you can't worship the Heavenly Father for 10 years, then take a break. You know what? I came into this when I was young. I never really got to experience life. All right, I want to see what Buddhism is about. No, you a hoe, man.
Going on.
Right. Yeah, you a hoe.
Well, the woman, right when she's betrothed, she ain't supposed to go and lay around with another man. You know? And the significance of the white robe, the reason why the woman would wear that so you can see if she was pure or not. And the blood would come out after you were on pop. But if it ain't, the blood didn't come out, she been doing something.
Right. I mean, she had played the harlot.
Yep.
Played the Lord.
It says, for they are virgins.
Yep.
These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth.
Right, you follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. Meaning what? You go in the Spirit, man. Hey, because the Spirit brings out things incrementally. Certain guys will be like, look, man, that ain't like what we was teaching 10 years ago. I ain't heard that breakdown. You got to follow the Lamb whithersoever you go. Okay, you got to roll in the Spirit. You got to understand what the Lord is setting up. Ultimately, you got to follow His ways. Go ahead.
It says, these were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits of the Most High, and to the Lamb.
That's right.
And in their mouth was found no guile, for they are without fault before the throne of the Most High.
Yeah, that's right. So the elect is without fault before the throne of the Most High, which means you people, if we are indeed of the elect, you don't have anything to say to us. Anything you say, man, the Lord will just strike down. Oh, it's like, say you're in court, right? The Heavenly Father's the judge. You'll say, I have an objection. And what did the judge say? They'll say, overruled. Yeah. Overruled. And you try to bring up something, we did this. Overruled. Why? Because the elect are without fault before the throne of the Most High. Because that means the elect have received an exemption.
Romans 8:1. There is therefore now no condemnation to them which are in Hamashiach Yahushua, who walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit.
Yeah, there's no condemnation to them which are in the Mashiach. So if the Heavenly Father has chosen you for His Son, all right, to bring you back through His Son, there's nothing anybody can do about it, man. Which is why people get messed up. They try to do hit pieces, exposing. Well, why is it? I know nothing's gonna happen. They're gonna stay in the camp. Why? Because that man is without fault at the throne of the Most High.
Yeah, the scriptures tell you that the Most High is the ultimate judge. So if the Heavenly Father pardoned a certain man, nothing you can bring up is going to change that.
Yeah.
You know, he'd already been vindicated. You know, like Most High missed something. You put the video on, Most High on my law. God,
the Heavenly Father doesn't see all.
He's going to throw you back in prison.
Right. Is the black woman vindicated?
No.
Or somebody said that. I just wanted to know that shit. Go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 54 and 17. No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn.
Yeah, that's why you'll watch a hit piece on us and we out here looking crazy, cursing people out. Hey, because people come against us. Yeah. All right, and we give it back to them. Right. Okay. Read that one more time.
No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper.
Right. ICBMs. That's not going to prosper. Against us. Yeah. It's gonna prosper in destroying America. That's right. But ultimately, we're looking to be delivered from that, which is why we do what we do. All right, go ahead.
And every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment, thou shalt condemn.
That's why people being cursed out. Again, that's why you watch the video, we looking crazy, cursing people out. Hey, because people who rise against us in judgment, we condemn.
And then also, you can't do nothing against the truth, only for the truth.
Yep.
So they try to do all these little hit pieces and stuff to try to make it seem like and try to demonize the truth. But really, they put that out there just to further wake up the elect, to draw more people into the truth.
And to condemn themselves.
And to condemn themselves.
That's the worst thing that you can do, is come against the truth, man. Like vocab, that clown, and those niggas with him. That's the worst decision they've ever made in their life, man. They having night terrors, man. They probably get all types of stuff happening to them, man, that they didn't anticipate, man. Because they're looking at it like, oh, y'all are just some Bible group, man. They don't understand that the Lord actually got us out here. Brothers are actually sent to do what we do. Right?
Yeah, vocab, he's a single father on his Twitter profile. Single father, you know. His bitch fagged off on him. Right? That guy's a loser, man.
Got the cut, got with the butt.
Yeah, what is she doing? Was she a righteous woman? Why don't you go rebuke that bitch?
He probably knew he was an Israelite.
Yeah, that's why he's so mad.
He probably slapped her in right jaw on her forehead, man. Go ahead, bro. You got some more?
It says, this is the heritage of the servants of the Lord.
Right.
And their righteousness is of me,
right.
saith the Lord.
Right, so this is the heritage appointed unto a servant of the Heavenly Father. And their righteousness is of me. That's saith the Lord. Which goes back to Revelation, the 14th chapter. Because the Lord's word of that number, we're without fault before the throne of the Most High, because the righteousness that we have is of the Heavenly Father. Or it's not because we're such great guys, we're smart, or we just knew the scriptures from heart, or my grandma told me I was supposed to be a preacher. It ain't because of that. Oh, and that's why I'm doing this. It's my grandma. That dude actually said that, man. No, it's because the Heavenly Father's got us out here to make a fool out of ourselves, like I say in 1 Corinthians, the foolishness of preaching, so then we can show ourselves, man. Just like you and your woman in a doghouse, man, she got to do all types of stuff to come back to you, man. That's what we're doing. We're out here catching hell, making a fool of ourselves, getting soda cans thrown at us, guns pulled out, people scoffing at you every day of your life, so that we can be accepted. All right, we can be brought back to the Heavenly Father through His Son. All right. So then what? No fault will be no fault and no sin will be laid upon us. Because if sin is laid upon you, what's gonna happen? You're gonna be destroyed by nuclear missiles. Right. It's a pretty simple, cut and dry thing, man. That's what this truth is about. It's about you believing, so then you can be saved.
Yep.
Got some?
Yeah, I got something real fast. This is Romans 8:33.
I started 31.
Okay. Romans 8:31. What shall we then say to these things? If the Most High be for us, who can be against us?
Yeah, if the Most High is for you, nobody can be against you. And you people, you're experiencing that right now. You've done everything in your power to get this truth cut off, man, to get it blocked, to get people to come against it. But the truth is just growing, man.
Yeah.
It's growing exponentially. Like every time I go on the YouTube, I see it's a gang of more subscribers. More people on the videos asking questions. There's another camp that popped up. And it's like, it's in mass too. Well, I don't want to use that word, mass, that means death. But it's in growing numbers.
Yeah.
Okay? Hey, because Lord's will, the people who are waking up, the majority of them, Lord's will, they're actually sincere, man.
Yep.
All right, that's what we hope. Because you see, you go through this, you come out year after year, it's a sifting process. The Lord is continually sifting. All right, it might be out of 100, it might be 95 of those people who at one time believed, they fall out. 95 fall out, and then 5. Then there's like another crop. All right, the Lord chooses like 7 out of 100. The rest of them, they fall out and start just talking shit, become scoffers. You know, Lord's will, the ones who are getting it now, they just get it, and they're sealed, and then we get out of here, man. Because obviously something's about to happen. Something's right around the corner. All right, from happening here in America. Things are happening all around the world. It's only a matter of time before the big things start penetrating here. All right, go ahead. You got a precept, Yaria?
Yeah.
So,
it says, what shall we then say to these things? If the Most High be for us, who can be against us?
Who can be against you? Go ahead.
He that spared not his own son, but delivered him up for us all, how shall he not with him also freely give us all things? Who shall lay?
Right, that's why we have the understanding of this truth.
Yep.
Hey, because certain brothers will watch these videos and you'll like marvel at men, but really, the Heavenly Father has freely given us His understanding. Freely as we have received, freely we give. That's why we pour out the Spirit which was given unto us. Freely. Go ahead.
Says, who shall lay anything to the charge of the Most High's elect?
Right. Who can lay anything to the charge of the Most High's elect? Yeah, you trying to